McCarthy's shrieking denunciations and fear-mongering have created a climate of fear and suspicion across the country, raising the question in households across the nation. Who are the un-American Americans amongst us?
Monsieur, I did not show you come in. You frightened me half to death.
Wouldn't want to do that. There are so many better ways to die. Please, turn off that noise.
Of this nation.
Thank you. Is everything ready?
Oui.
Good. Cook?
You called, sir?
Everything on schedule?
Dinner will be ready at 7:30. Sharp.
Splendid. Ah, right on time. You have your instructions?
Oui.
Good. Let the game begin. Good evening.
Good evening. Not sure if I'm in the right
Yes,
place.
indeed. You're expected, Colonel.
How do you know my
It's
name?
Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
Oh, well, actually,
Sir, I believe it's been recommended that tonight you make use of a pseudonym.
Oh, don't worry about that. I took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
All right, I suppose. Mom!
Not to worry, Colonel. It's just the maid in the hall with the champagne cork.
Champagne?
Oh, sure. Wonderful.
This way, monsieur.
Oh, all right. Are you expecting anybody else?
Indeed. I'll be with you in a moment.
Follow me, Colonel.
Do come in, madam. You're expected. Welcome.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you're a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes. Said so in my letter. But why?
Mrs. White, may I introduce you? This is the maid, Yvette. I see you two know each other.
We've never met.
Champagne?
I think not.
Please, Mrs. White, would you warm yourself in the lounge?
Why? Do I look cold?
A bit. This way, please. Right through this door.
Oh, hello.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
I'm rarely pleased to meet anyone. More.
Oh, yes.
Bonjour, madame. Please come in from the lane.
Thank you.
Ah, Mrs. Peacock, I presume.
Who? Oh, yes, that's me.
Cook, will you please take Mrs. Peacock's stole? I see you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Champagne?
My lips belong to the Lord.
Well, Mrs. Peacock, please make yourself comfortable in the lounge. It's this way.
Oh, I almost forgot. For your hospitality, there's a couple of Benjamins hidden under the caramels for you, butler.
How sticky.
I expect to be treated like the wife of a...
Hold that thought. The lounge is right that way.
Oh, thank you. Look at the details. This really is a magnificent mansion, isn't it? Oh, my. Who are you? Welcome to the party.
This is turning to be quite the crowd.
Oh.
Sit! Oh, not you, sir.
Sorry. Suppose this letter has me rather anxious.
Ah, then you must be Mr. Green.
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
Whoa, this isn't at all what I expected.
Well, I find that if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
Oh, I'm not disappointed.
Pardon me, sir. Good evening.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp Saturday evening. Well, here I am,
Professor Plum.
if you say so.
Well, and I thought I'd seen everything.
Miss Scarlett, I didn't realize you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridge was washed out from the rain, my car broke down, and this professor offered to give me a ride. I didn't realize that we were headed to the same place until, well, we arrived.
How was your drive, sir?
Oh, it's a long haul.
Indeed, it is a long haul. But then again, it's a very large house. This way, everyone.
Say, Butler, what is this godforsaken place anyways?
Oh, this old place? This is Body Manor. Appetizers in the lounge. After you.
Ooh, hors hors d'oeuvres. Good. I'm starving.
It's funny, I haven't much of an appetite at all.
My, this really is a party.
Well, greetings all. It truly is a pleasure for all of you to meet me. Ooh, cocktail hour.
There are so many of you, I didn't realize.
Right, good then. You're all here. Colonel Mustard.
Present.
Mrs. White.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
That's me.
Professor Plum.
Right.
Miss Scarlet. And Mrs. Peacock.
How do you do?
Greetings. I'm Wadsworth, the butler. Tonight, as you may have surmised, none of you are being addressed by your real names. A courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I suggest you follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. You never know when. Dinner.
Dinner?
Sorry,
It's more like a
Mr.
cocktail minute.
Mr. Wadsworth, you were saying you never know when what?
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 This way, please. We really oughtn't keep her waiting. Cook can get cranky. Ladies and gentlemen, the dining room is right this way. You'll find your names beside your places. Please, be seated.
All right.
Does anyone see me?
Does anyone see my...
Is that you?
Please move.
Oh, my name, you will tell me,
You are
right?
Mr.
Yes,
Green.
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Didn't know you were so important.
See, yes.
Oh, here I am.
This place, at the head of the table, is that for you?
Indeed, no, sir. I do not sit. I'm merely a humble butler.
What exactly do you do?
I buttle, sir.
Dinner is served.
Thank you, cook.
Well then, what's all this about anyways, this dinner party?
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
Die?
Merely quoting, sir, from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling, Colonel?
Oh, sure, I'll eat anything.
Right. Oh, what is that smell? It's something familiar.
Shark's fin soup.
That's my favorite.
I know.
Bon appetit.
Ooh, this is quite delicious. Well, I guess I'll be the one to break the ice. I mean, I'll be the one to get the ball rolling. It's an integral part of my life as the wife of a... Oh, I forgot. We're not really supposed to say who we really are, but oh, well, I'm no idea why we're all here, but I'm very intrigued, and oh my, the soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are.
You do?
I work in Washington.
Washington. So, you must be a politician's wife, eh, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes, I am.
Who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
He's, Mrs. White, you haven't spoken much. What does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
How lazy.
Not necessarily.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Green, Mr. Green, what exactly do you do in Washington?
I'd really rather not say. I like to follow the rules.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, we'd all just be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of silence, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes. No. Why?
In my professional opinion, it seems that you suffer from what we call pressure of speech.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
I am in psychiatric medicine.
Do you practice?
No, not anymore. Now I work for the U.S. government.
Ah, another politician.
Not necessarily. I work for you-know-who.
Who?
I work in the United Nations organization as a part of the World Health Organization.
Ah, you know who. It's an acronym.
Oh, I had a sister who was a gymnast.
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Colonel, aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
How do you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
So, Miss Scarlett, does that mean that you live in Washington too?
I sure do.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
Oh my, is this about the Red Scare?
I'm not a communist. I'm a Republican.
Wadsworth, we've had enough of this. Where's our host and why have we been brought here?
Well,
Well,
speak of the devil. Pardon me, sir.
going?
Hey, I've got an idea.
Oh, yes,
good
thank you, Miss
idea.
Scarlet. What are we doing?
You see, the acoustic coupling between the door and the cup allows for sound waves to travel from one end to the other.
All the guests have arrived as expected, sir. Everything's going according to plan. We'll meet you in the study.
He's coming this way.
This is delicious.
My own
What is
mind,
this?
it's so
Goodness sake, who is at the door? I demand to know what's going on.
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No!
Yes, please.
Well, in that case, may I suggest that we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy, at which point I believe your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions, your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot. Follow me.
Coffee? Brandy?
Thank you, Yvette. That'll be all.
Well, where's our host?
He's not here. Nobody's here. What is happening?
Cigarette? It'll calm your nerves.
Don't smoke.
Suit yourself.
For Wadsworth. Open after dinner. It's for you.
Right then, you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
I'm glad something is.
It seems the six of you have all received the same letter. It will be to your advantage to be present on this date because a Mr. Body will bring to end a certain long-standing, painful, and confidential financial liability.
Yes.
Yes,
That's it as well.
What's
As it turns out, you all have one thing in common.
That Tarek McCarthy, we're all being blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable amount of time, all of you have been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
Expose me? But what does someone have to expose me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until you'd received your letters, you hadn't known who was blackmailing you. But now I'm sure that even the least discerning amongst you has determined that the man behind your ransom is Mr. Body himself.
And what are you? Butler?
Who is this body fellow, you brutish butler?
Who Mr. Body is no concern of yours. Suffice to say, he's a supporter of the House Un-American Activities Committee. He believes that your activities have been decidedly un-American. My task this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Well, don't you think you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm afraid I have no choice. We'll start with you, Professor Fromm.
Oh, this ought to be good.
It says here that he wants a professor of psychiatric medicine, specializing in pathological lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Well, yes, but now I work in politics.
Ah, so your work has not changed.
You know.
But you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What'd he do?
You know how male doctors aren't supposed to date their lady patients?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did.
There will be a reckoning one day for men like you.
I hope so.
Me too.
How disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock? How
well,
then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared, but if you slip cash into the stall door at Old Abbott's Grill, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
When were you in that men's room?
So it is true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
But you've been paying the blackmailer for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers. Seems a little sticky, no?
And now, see
Well,
here.
I'm willing to believe you. I, too, am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
So am I.
I'm not.
You're not being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did exactly what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run a non-governmental agency handling classified financial speculations.
Gambling? In Washington?
Is that how you knew Colonel Mustard lived in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlet.
Will you tell him it's not true?
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
A double negative, so it is true.
Double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, this double negative has led to proof positive, Colonel, I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
You don't need any help from me, sir. Colonel, it looks like you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. Those negatives would most certainly compromise your position.
This is an outrage.
Let's see, who's next? Mrs. White, you've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Say what you want. I didn't kill him.
Then why were you paying the
I
blackmail?
don't want another scandal, do I?
Another?
We had a very humiliating confrontation. He had threatened to kill me in public.
Now, why would he want to kill you in public?
I think that she meant he had threatened in public to kill her.
It was all over the papers.
And yet, he was the one who died, not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
He was found dead at home, unclothed. His head had been cut off, and so it is, well, you know. But I didn't do it. I was out all evening at the movies.
Oh, really? What was showing?
The Naked Alibi.
A likely story.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
He never reappeared.
I never said he was a good illusionist.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is a...
I don't need you to expose me, Wadsworth. I know what you're going to say about me.
And what's that?
Mr. Green, who is a vegetarian.
Not me.
Excuse me, Colonel?
You asked who's a vegetarian, and I said, not me.
Yes, thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
How do you mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
My politics? Since when is working for the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party, but neglected to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if there ever was one, Mr. Green.
But voting records are confidential.
Everything has a price, Mr. Green.
So, there you have it.
Have what?
A crooked senator's wife, a lascivious doctor, a disloyal Republican, and so forth. Not exactly adhering to an all-American standard of behavior now, are we?
Depends on who you ask.
Why else? Why not Mr. Body report us to the authorities if he's such a noble citizen?
Well, and give up the opportunity to make a buck. Come now, Professor. What could be more American than that?
Apple pie.
So we're all being blackmailed by this renegade McCarthyist. Where does that leave us, Wadsworth?
Where is this Mr. Body?
And what does he want from us?
Well, who cares? I'm not waiting to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
Mrs. Peacock, I'm afraid you can stay in denial, but you cannot leave this house.
I'm the wife of a great senator. You cannot tell me what to do. Locked!
Indeed. All the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
Do this to us!
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce your host for the evening and your blackmailer for life, Mr. Body.
How do you do?
Peace of a mommy confrontation!
Oh, Mrs. White in the study with her knee.
Thank you. I've started martial arts.
There's one more piece of information that you may like to have.
What?
The police are coming in less than an hour.
The police?
Unless
what?
Woo! Unless you agree to double down.
And why would we do that?
Because then I'll put this evidence of all of your wrongdoings into the hands of the police, the press, and the House Un-American Committee. With the right twist, those fellas can make a commie out of anyone. Some of you will be facing a lifetime of jail, and others, a lifetime of shame.
That's why you won't watch us here.
Unless what?
Well, there is something you could do for me that would change the game, something I can't bear to do myself.
What?
Have a seat, please.
Wadsworth, is it all right if I sit here?
Get up, Mr. Green.
What's this about, sir?
Well, in this bag, there are 6 packages I thought our guests might find useful this evening.
Packages.
Presents, if you will. I'm a generous sort of fellow.
Are you?
Wadsworth, will you please see to it that each guest receives a gift?
Gladly.
Anyone want to guess as to what's in their package?
Perfume? Candy.
A rare single malt Scotch whiskey? All the guessing game's fun. Please, take one, take one.
A candlestick? What's this for?
A revolver?
A dagger?
A lead pipe?
A wrench.
Oh, no? It's a rope.
In each of your hands, you hold a lethal weapon. You all came here tonight because you believe the evidence against you was so terrible you would do anything to keep it a secret. I'm putting that theory to the test.
You are?
Mr. Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows your secrets, and it's costing you all dearly to keep them quiet. Mr. Wadsworth here, he's a terrible person. Did you know that I had to increase your blackmail just to keep him silent?
Wadsworth!
That is a lie.
He may look suave and charming,
Thank you.
but he's really conniving and manipulative.
False.
Why do you think he's called the police?
You called the police?
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can manage to get rid of Mr. Wadsworth, then I'll have no need to increase your blackmail or expose you to the police.
Get rid of?
Does he mean kill him?
In fact, if you can eliminate Wadsworth, who not only knows your secrets, but also mine, then I will have no need to expose you to the police.
Please, you would never. After all I've done for you, he's a liar. I'm not a butler. I'm one of you. I'm an indentured servant.
Familiar refrain. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over.
No,
Now's
please.
your chance. The only way for you to avoid finding yourself on the front papers is to kill Wadsworth. Now!
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh my God.
Stand back. I'm a doctor. He's dead.
Who had the gun?
I did.
So you shot him?
I did not.
Well, if you didn't, who did?
Well, when the lights went out, someone came at my hand and it must have gone off.
There's no gunshot wound.
That's right, there isn't.
Look, there's a bullet lodged here.
He's alive, Miss Scarlet.
But if the bullet's all the way over there, then how did he die over here?
I don't know. I'm not a forensics expert.
Something else must have killed him.
One of us must have killed him.
Don't look at me, I didn't do it.
Let's drink.
Wow.
Ooh.
Calm down.
Maybe he was poisoned by the brandy.
Poison?
I'm sure it's, no, it's gonna be okay. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine. Oh.
Well, someone had to stop her screaming. Guess we'll never know what killed her.
Unless she dies too.
The screams are coming from the billiard room.
No!
Who's in there? Who's screaming? Yvette? Yvette, are you all right?
Yvette, are you alive?
You locked us up in this house with a murderer!
So the murderer's here.
Where?
We're here! We are all looking at him! Or her.
What took you so long?
I'm an old woman who may or may not have been poisoned. It's amazing I'm anywhere.
I heard you all in the study. One of you is a killer.
And how exactly did you hear us and Z study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the billiard room connected to the study. Monsieur Body asked me to record your conversations.
And why would he ask you to do that?
For more evidence, of course. Monsieur Wadsworth revealed all your secrets in the study. Now they are all recorded.
That snake. They must destroy those tapes. Where are they?
Who cares about the tapes? What about the body?
Wait, what body?
Body's body!
Yvette, why were you screaming there all by yourself?
Because I was frightened. I also drank the cognac. Maybe I am poisoned too. Plus, one of you is a killer. Monsieur Body is dead.
We have to figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean, which one of them?
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of you did. I would have killed him myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was the candlestick.
Maybe it wasn't one of us.
Who else could it have been?
Well, who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
The cook!
As far as I can tell, the cook's not here.
Oh my, what a lovely kitchen. My husband and I had one very similar to this in our first brownstone. It's such a homey feel, doesn't it?
I didn't do it!
This makes two.
To what? What?
Murders.
I hate murder.
I think you better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me?
Well, who else would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I'll the killer, I'd kill you next. I said if. There's only one admitted killer here. It's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
You paid the blackmailer. How many husbands have you had?
1 second. 5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. Husbands should be like Kleenex. Soft, strong, and disposable.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who had the dagger?
It was Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study. Any one of us could have picked it up.
But if it was
I didn't pick it up.
Certainly I didn't.
Well, then it must have been Mr. Green.
Right.
Where?
Where is Mr. Green?
There.
Oh, good Lord, let him out.
Really, Mr. Green, you ought to learn how to speak up.
No,
So
no,
bloody
of course not.
Gentlemen, might I suggest that we take the cook's body into the study?
And why would we take the cook's body into the study?
Well, 2 reasons. 1, if the police arrive and they find this, we'll all be in custody and under suspicion for murder. And 2, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy. Gentlemen, if you would please.
Gonna touch it again.
That's what we call dead weight.
You really have a problem, Scarlet.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
So warm and bloody.
Okay, Mr. Green, we get it. They won't be warm for much longer. Calm down.
The body's gone.
What are you all staring at?
Nobody. No.
Body, Mr. Body's body, it's gone.
Oh, good heavens.
Maybe he wasn't really dead.
Well,
He
Well,
was.
we should have made sure.
I thought I had.
Oh,
So he's dead or wasn't he?
well, maybe he is dead, but someone moved him.
And why would somebody move him?
How should I know?
oh my. All this excitement. You'll have to excuse me. Is there a little girl's room?
Oui, oui, madame.
No, I just have to powder my nose.
Zil is en toilette, outside the beer room.
Okay.
I don't mean to alarm any of you, but we do currently have one small problem of 2 dead bodies, 1 missing and 1 present, and the imminent arrival of the police.
The bridge is washed out from the rain. That should buy us some time.
But I don't want extra time. I want the police to arrive. I am trapped in this house with a murderer.
But once the police arrived, the rest of us are doomed.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is somebody else in this house.
Sorry, I said no meaning yes.
No meaning yes.
Yes.
Look, I want a straight answer. Is there anybody else in this house?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Wadsworth, is there anybody else in this house?
No.
Yes? No?
No.
All right. Well, that's what he says, but does he know that?
Listen, we've got a killer on the loose, the missing dead body of Mr. Body, the cook has a dagger on her back, and hey, we're in a room full of easily accessible murder weapons. A candlestick, a revolver, a wrench, a rope, and hey, where'd the lead pipe go?
Oh, my face!
What did you do? I didn't do it! I didn't do it!
What's going on?
You have the lead pipe. What's that sound?
Oh my goodness! Look at the body!
He's attacking her! Oh gosh.
Stand back! He's dead.
That's what you said the last time.
I believe in second chances.
Mr. Body, dead. Again.
Oh, I'm going to faint.
I'll catch you. Oh, sorry.
Mrs. Peacock, yes. Where exactly did this happen?
In the bathroom, I opened the door, and there he was. At first, I thought he was attacking me, but then I realized he'd just been left propped up against the door frame, dead, just waiting to fall on someone.
Who would do such a thing?
Takes a lot of guts to kill someone twice.
That's what we call overkill.
But why?
Why not?
Makes a difference to him.
Makes a difference to us. We need to figure out who killed him, where, and with what.
Seems like it was probably with the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of game are you playing here, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
You! The lead pipe belonged to you!
I dropped it on my way to the kitchen.
People don't just drop murder weapons.
I didn't know it was a murder weapon when I dropped it.
So anyone could have picked it up.
Yes, anyone could have, but who did? Who did pick up the lead pipe? Who picked up the lead pipe and left Mr. Body bloody and battered in the bathroom? Who did that? Who?
Cool it, Butler. While you're losing your marbles, let me do something useful. You're in my way. Have you all forgotten about the evidence that's against us?
The evidence!
It's locked.
But there must be a key.
Right.
Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to check Mr. Body's pockets for the key to the briefcase containing our evidence, so that we may destroy said evidence once and for all?
Why me?
Why not?
Oh, all right.
Your way.
Where'd you get that?
I don't like germs.
Or fingerprints?
No, it's really mostly just germs.
Goodness.
Oh, so warm and bloody.
Get over yourself.
Here, I got it.
Give me that.
Get that anywhere.
It's empty.
Empty?
Then where's all the evidence?
Beats me.
Let's find that evidence and destroy it.
Evidence against us aside, we currently have the small little issue of 2 dead bodies in the study. I suggest we take these corpses and move them on the couch so they look, well, less dead.
Ah, good idea,
Oh,
yes. Come on, would you
Yes, sir.
grab his arms and I'll grab his legs?
So bloody and warm.
Upsy daisy, careful, don't get guts on the ground. Oh,
Okay.
lovely.
Maybe we should take
Just
the cook's back so it doesn't look as weird.
There we go.
All right, you go. You could do it, Mrs. White.
I can't.
All right.
Well, it's fine, just leave it.
No, I really think we should take it. Oh,
Well, at any rate, they just look asleep.
yes.
They just took a sleep.
Oh. Okay, asleep.
Yes.
Oh.
we should do something about these murder weapons and the homicidal maniac on the loose, Wadsworth.
Well, I have an idea. We'll put the weapons in the bag. Don't point that at me. Put the weapons in the bag.
What good will that do?
Then we'll zip up the bag.
Murders know how zippers work, Mr. Wadsworth.
I know that, Mrs. White. We'll lock the bag in the safe.
Perfect. Where's the safe?
The safe is in the billiard room. Is that everyone? Good. Ladies and gentlemen, follow me.
Oh gosh.
Shh.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry.
I don't see a
My hair is
safe.
caught.
Is that an original Frumble?
Those are quite valuable.
Oh, now is not the time for art appreciation. Butler, what?
Hidden safe behind a portrait. How original.
There. Locked.
Voila.
What are you going to do with the key to the safe, Wadsworth?
Oh, yes, the key.
I have an idea. I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
What if you are?
Fine. Let's throw the key outside.
Oui, à l'extérieur.
But it's raining à l'extérieur.
Mrs. Peacock, I'm not suggesting we go outside. I'm suggesting we stay inside but throw away the key.
But you'd have to open the door to do that, wouldn't you?
I would.
But what if the killer is outside?
Better out than in.
Yes, but if he's out, then we would want to keep him there, wouldn't we? If we open the door, we risk letting him back in.
But maybe if we opened the door, we'd encourage the killer to go out.
The killer seems to be doing a fine job of opening and closing doors all by himself. I don't see how us opening the door for one measly second will simply affect anything.
But what if we open the door, throw away the key, then the killer catches it? Then the killer would have the key we're trying to confiscate.
I think we might be overthinking this. Follow me. I'm going to throw away the key.
Oh, Mr. Green.
All right, here we go.
Not now! Was that the killer?
Don't ask me.
Leave this to me. Interrogation is my specialty.
Oh, no.
This can't be good.
How do you do?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb the household, but my car broke down and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Are you a killer?
What? No!
All right, this way, please.
Thank you. Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone, what body?
There's no body, there's nobody. I believe there's a phone in the lounge that you could use if you would follow me. Right through this door.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Quite the interrogation.
All right, everyone. I've locked them in the lounge. Now, our task is twofold. 1, find the evidence. 2, find the murderer.
Well, we've got one potential suspect locked up in the lounge, but that leaves the whole rest of this house up for grabs. So who knows what's behind these doors?
I suggest we take this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Split up.
Oh, yes, we split up into pairs. That way none of us are alone.
But if one of us is paired up with the killer, we might get killed?
Yes, then the other half of the pair would be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are inevitable. You cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs, and every cook will tell you that.
But look at what happened to the cook.
Colonel, are you willing to take that chance?
What choice do we have?
None.
Suppose you're right.
Exactly my point. Troops, divide and conquer. I'll split us into pairs.
No. Mrs. White, you come with me. Let's see. Professor Plum, you go with Mrs. Peacock. Mr. Green, you go with Yvette. And Miss Scarlet, you go with Eeny, Meeny.
Really? Really?
Yes, really.
But again, with the whole pairs and dying thing.
Well, if you are killed, we'll remember you fondly. Now, leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. They may be the last person you ever see.
Go on, we'll be right behind you.
That's why I'm nervous.
But why? It's just us, we're alone.
That's just it, Mrs. White. No man in his right mind would ever be alone with you.
Fine. You go in there, and I'll go in here.
Fine.
Well, are you going in?
Yes. Are you?
Yes. Oh,
Fine. On the count of 3. 1, 3!
there's nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either.
Shall we search the ballroom?
After you.
Some impressive library.
How supposed to find anything if we don't even know? Or
Our society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another.
intimidate me, Professor.
I take no credit, Mrs. Peacock. Freud. I think he's onto something.
Now is not the time for academic pursuits. We're supposed to be finding the evidence.
Well, it's a fruitless search, if you ask me. Not like we're going to come into some room and stumble upon the evidence plastered up on the wall.
I suppose you're right.
Come along now. Perhaps we'll find something exciting in the bedroom.
I'm a little nervous. I'm at that big house on the hill and I've been locked in the lounge. I didn't expect there'd be a whole group of people here, but it seems they're having some sort of party. And the funny thing is, I think one of them is my customer. Yeah, my regular Tuesday night passenger.
Oh, my lord, you're deaf.
Oh,
Hi
there you are.
Hi. You'll never believe what I found in the hallway. It's Professor Plum's stupid tobacco pipe.
What do you think this means?
I don't know, but it seems suspicious if you ask me.
Well, I just did.
Honestly, Colonel, this is the last room we have left to search in this beastly mansion, and we still haven't found any of the evidence.
Well, I think this time has been productive nonetheless. You're a brave and determined lady, Miss Scarlet. I hope after this expedition ends, we can still remain friends. I mean, really, murders aside, it's just been a lovely group of people all in all. I suppose I'd like to hear when and how Mrs. White lost her veil in that billiard room.
You found Mrs. White's veil in the billiards room? Odd.
Odd?
Odd. Woo! A secret passage! Come on, let's go!
Oh, ladies first, Miss Scarlet.
Really?
Go on now.
How heroic. Come on, let's go. Oh, wow, there's a lot of cobwebs in here. You sure you're gonna follow me?
Oh, man, just like the war.
Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Where are we going anyways?
Where are we now?
I don't know, the lights are turned out.
Well, turn them on.
I would, if I could see anything.
Well, I'm gonna feel my way around.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Oh, a table.
A telephone.
A chair.
A body.
A body. A body? Turn the lights on! Somebody else!
Find the door!
Find the door!
Let us in! Let us in!
Let us out! Let us out!
We can't let you out. The door to the lounge is locked.
Locked!
You had the key, Watts! Where have you left the motorist in here?
That's right. I did. I do. I don't?
Don't?
My keys are gone.
Gone?
I have an idea.
What is happening? Help! Help!
Well,
Murder!
there's no other alternative. Stand back. I'm a doctor.
Stand back! I am a woman!
What's happening?
Mr. Green, I am done shooting. The door is open. You can come out now.
Light!
I can see now. Why were you shooting at us?
So open the door.
You could have killed
I
us.
said stand back.
Well, let's add finding the key to the lounge to our priority list.
Well, say, Frenchie, where exactly did you find that revolver anyways?
The safe, it was unlocked.
Unlocked? Impossible. I have the key. No, I haven't. It's gone. What? Yes.
I thought you threw the key outside.
Well, I did say I'd do that, but I didn't do that. When we met the motorist at the door, I got distracted. One of you must have snatched it from my pocket while we were searching the house.
So whoever has the key must be the killer.
Precisely.
Speaking of killers, the motorist is dead.
Oh, good heavens.
which one of you killed him?
We found him together.
And he was already dead.
But the door to the lounge was locked. How'd you guys get in?
There was a secret passage leading from the conservatory.
Secret passage? Who built this place?
The Parker brothers. Oh, quickly, out, go, 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 go.
Oh, my.
Oh, no.
The hole.
Don't worry, it's not the police.
It's the police.
I'm gonna go open the door.
No.
It's the decent thing to do.
Mr. Green, please.
Defensive
Open the
position.
door.
Hello, we've been expecting you.
You have.
We haven't?
I got a tip about an abandoned car near the gates of this house. Did a motorist stop by for help by any chance?
Yes, he did.
There seems to be some disagreement. At any rate, can I use your phone?
No.
Absolutely, officer, right this way. Come with me. Actually, there's one in the lounge. We can go this way.
Nope.
Officer, I believe there's a phone in the library you could use. Please, follow me.
You're all acting rather peculiar.
Indeed, it's because our chandelier fell down.
It almost killed me.
It could have killed us, but don't worry, the maid will be cleaning it up.
That's all well and good, but what's going on in the lounge and the study?
Oh, you know, lounging, studying, and the like.
Let me have a look.
No, thank you.
What?
This way, please.
Actually, I'd like to take a look around, if you don't mind.
Of course, officer. I'll take you on a grand tour of Body Manor. This house was built in 1784 by Lord Reginald Body.
We gotta cover our tracks and get rid of this guy.
Lord Body was declared Lord Body after somebody discovered an antibody that would save everybody. Notice the mahogany floors. Did you know that in the 17th century, the buccaneer John Esquemeling recorded the use of mahogany for making canoes? Canoe, officer?
What?
What?
Hey, where'd everybody go?
Notice the brass doorknobs crafted specifically for Lord Body by his buddy in 1884.
I don't care about your doorknobs, mister. What is going on around here? And what are you hiding in those 2 rooms?
Which 2 rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, those 2 rooms.
Yes.
Officer, I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking. Oh.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Good night. That wasn't all that shocking, mister. Those folks were just having a good time. Why didn't you tell me this was a party?
My apologies, sir.
I'll just take a peek in the lounge now, if you don't mind. Excuse me?
Evening, officer. How did you?
Are these men drunk?
Dead drunk, dead.
Want a sip?
I can't drink on the job. The chief would kill me.
Killed if you do, killed if you don't.
What?
Huh?
Have a nice night, officer.
Same to you. Well,
Officer, I can explain everything.
there's no explanation necessary. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
There's not?
Of course not. And this is America. And that was the pursuit of happiness. May I use your phone now?
Of course, officer. This way, please. The library.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, you can come out now. I don't know how you pulled that off, but you seem to.
Well done, everyone. Y'all were surprising.
I'm surprised you held still with that.
That's nice.
All right, now, we need to resume our search of the house, and we can't have any more murders. This is getting dangerous. I've locked the cop up in the library, so go!
Hello? Hello? Hey, Chief. Yeah, this is, hello? Hello? Are you still there? Is this phone even working?
Hello? Who turned out the lights? Hello? Oh, it is just you. I thought you were the killer.
Did somebody cut the line? Hello?
What is that you have in your hand? Is that the clue?
Oh, good. You can hear me. You see, I found an abandoned car, and I wound up in some old mansion where all the lights just went out. I'm telling you, Chief, there's something funny going on around here. They're having some sort of party, and you'll never believe who I just saw.
Let there be light. Does everyone hear that?
Sounds like a phone is off the hook.
I think it's coming from. Is it the library? It's
Yes.
coming from the library.
That's where the killer must be.
I'm going in.
Aren't you afraid?
Of course.
What?
Fate worse than death?
No, just death. Officer, are you all right? Do you need some assistance? A phone book, perhaps?
Listen, Copper, the butler asked you a question. Now hang up the phone or I will.
We should be safe here in the billiard
I
room.
don't feel safe.
I can't relax.
Anyone up for a game of billiards?
Yes, yes, of course. Good Lord.
Another one bites the dust.
3 murders in 3 minutes.
That's our best record.
3 murders.
Well, 6 in total.
Let's see. There was Mr. Body, the cook, Yvette, the singing telegram girl, the cop, and the motorist. Oh,
But who was the murderer?
ain't that the million-dollar question?
Sometimes the most obvious answer is right under our noses. I think the best course of action would be to retrace our steps. It all started like this. At the start of the evening, there was lightning, thunder, and the dogs barked. Ding dong! Colonel Mustard. Ding dong! Mrs. White. Who noticed? Yvette. Ba 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 ba. Then Mrs. Peacock. Who noticed? The cook. Ba 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 ba. Then, Mr. Green. Sit! No, not you, sir. Please, come in. Then, Professor Plum and Miss Scarlet. Next, dinner is served. To the dining room.
So much running.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Shark's fin soup. Ooh, yummy, yum, yum, my favorite. Ooh, yummy, yum, yum. Then Mr. Body arrived, and we all went to the study.
Smart house.
Goodness.
Coffee? Brandy? Who's this Mr. Body, butler? How do you do? Then Mr. Body asked me to pass out the packages. Ah, snake! No, it's a rope. Then, Mr. Body turned off the lights. Now. You see, Mr. Body was dead, but not really. Really, he was alive. We just didn't know it. Then Mrs. Peacock drank his drink. Poison! Ah! Well, someone had to stop her screaming. That's when we heard, to the billiard room!
Again.
It's off the right shoes.
But Mrs. Peacock joined late. Then Mrs. White asked, who else is in the house? To which we all replied, who we found knifed in the back. Oh God, silk ropes, blood germs. Ah. Then I suggested we take the cook's body into the study.
I'm getting out of breath.
But body's body was gone. Next, the briefcase. Empty. Then, ding dong. The motorist arrived at the door. Are you a killer? And I locked them in the lounge. Dead. Then, the unexpected cop showed up. You're all acting rather peculiar. Dead. Then, the maid got strangled in the billiard room. Dead. Which brings us to I am Bang. And here we all are.
Well done, Wadsworth! Well done!
Excellent, excellent. Well,
Thank you.
Well done, Wadsworth.
But what does it prove?
Enough of this. I know who the murderer is.
You do?
I do. It was Professor Plum here in the hallway with the revolver.
liar!
We all heard the gun go off, Professor. And I found your stupid tobacco pipe here when we were searching this place. Where'd you drop it, huh? When you were scoping out your next best place to kill off your next victim? I bet you one of those singing telegram girls must have been an old patient of yours. Am I right?
I've never seen either of those women in my life.
As if.
Well, the gun is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the wrench, or excuse me, whoever has the gun is the murderer.
I'll do anything if you're all dead.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That may be so, Professor Plum. But if we're alive, officers, there's your man.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Handcuffs, Chief of Police. Professor Plum, you're coming with me.
Well, that's not how it happened. It happened like this.
We're listening. Who do you accuse?
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never lounge.
I found your Medal of Honor in the lounge where the motorist had been killed, with a wrench to the head, and that wrench belonged to you.
That's a lie.
Well, the wrench is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the wrench is the murderer.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Officers, there's your man. Not a
well
kernel of
done.
truth in him.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Guilty verdict, Chief of Police. You're coming with me, Colonel Mustard.
You have it all wrong. It happened like this.
We're listening, Colonel. Who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope.
I'd rather die.
I found your veil in the billiard room. And I saw how you cringed when Yvette served you dinner.
This is true. I knew Yvette. She had a torn love affair with my late husband. I hated her. I hated her so much. The flames on the side of my face. Breathing, heaving breaths. But just because I hated her does not mean I killed her.
Well, the rope is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies,
Well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Verity Hatchett, Chief of Police. Mrs. White, you're coming with me.
But it happened like this.
Here we go.
who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with a dagger. I found your feather by the corpse.
Well, the knife is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses.
Well done,
Well
Wadsworth.
done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Markham Ward, Chief of Police. Mrs. Peacock, you're coming with me.
But that's not how it happened. It happened like this.
Oh my God.
Maybe over.
Who do you accuse?
Miss
Scarlet
Scarlet in the library
with her candlestick.
Maximum, Chief of Police.
You can't do this to me.
Frankly, Miss Scarlet, I don't give a flying buttress. But that isn't how it happened. It really happened like this.
Oh my God.
I know who the murderer is.
You do?
Yes, all of you. Freeze! Nobody move. You're all killers.
You can't prove anything, Wadsworth.
I'm not Mr. Wadsworth. I'm Mr. Body.
But if you're not Body, then Body bled all over me.
It wasn't Body who was bleeding.
But if Body wasn't Body, then who was he?
He was Wadsworth, my butler.
But if you're the real Mr. Body, what's your point in dragging all of this out?
Well, when you started murdering people, I decided I'd roll the dice, see if you'd self-implode. See if you'd kill off my entire network of spies and informers, which all of you did splendidly, by the way. And now I have each of you on the hook for murder.
Murder?
Bribery for petty crimes is one thing, but murder now, that could get expensive.
But why this whole charade? The madness of retracing our steps, the searching of the house.
It's all part of the game.
Game?
Well, I'm relaxed now, you see. Now that you killed off everyone who has evidence against me, I've got off scot-free.
But the authorities are on their way.
What's so funny, Wadsworth?
Nobody's called the police, have they?
They were never on their way.
Now, listen up, you reprobates. We're gonna take the bodies, put them in the cellar, lock the cellar door, and leave Body Manor one at a time. After that, all of you are gonna forget that any of this ever happened.
I can't forget all this.
With murder on the menu, the price of blackmail just tripled.
Forgotten.
Now move!
Wait a minute. We can all rush him. He's got no bullets left in that gun.
Oh, come on. You don't think I'm gonna fall for that old trick, do you?
It's not a trick. There was one shot at Mr. Body in the study. There was 2 at the chandelier, 2 at the lounge door, and 1 for the singing telegram girl. That's 6.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
No, there was only one shot that got the chandelier. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Okay, fine. 1 plus 2 plus... You know what? Shut up! The point is, there's 1 bullet left in this gun, and anyone who moves is gonna get it.
So you're just gonna keep blackmailing us, and we're all supposed to pretend that none of this ever happened?
Of course, why not?
I'll tell you why not. Larry Goodman, FBI. The jig is up!
Or is it?
Missed me.
You're FBI?
Apparently, I'm a dead ringer for Green. He got a letter just like each of you, but he came to the Bureau to ask for help. I came here tonight in his place so we could have a sting operation.
Some sting. 6 people died on your
I
watch.
usually work the desk. My beat is property crime, you know, theft, fraud. That's why I was so tickled when the real Mr. Wadsworth dropped off a whole briefcase worth of evidence last night.
You have had the evidence this whole time?
It's all right here in my fanny pack.
In
A fanny pack?
I'm
really?
bringing it back.
Stylish.
Very stylish.
I think
Miss-
this is the first time it's in.
Miss Scarlett's books, containing names of customers and employees, justifying why she killed the cop who was listed here on her payroll.
Give me that. Oh, good. Never mind.
We got let's see, what's next here? Ooh, a love letter addressed to Professor Plum.
That is private property.
That singing telegram girl was the teenage daughter of the head of you-know-who, who would have come clean to Daddy, who would have cleaned out Professor Plum here, so you killed her. And these negatives, Colonel, thank you. These negatives, Colonel, quite the regular at Miss Scarlett's establishment, wouldn't you say? Bet you couldn't be a colonel anymore if that motorist told your general where he took you on Tuesday nights.
That's my favorite place to go.
Shark's fin soup indeed, Mrs. Peacock. Too bad your old cook couldn't keep quiet. She hadn't blabbed about your briberies, maybe you wouldn't have killed her. Just outside the billiard room before joining us. Now we know it really took you so long.
Circumstantial evidence will never hold up in a court of law.
You know what, you're right. But this notarized record from the cook will. Now, Mrs. White, you weren't lying. You really did hate Yvette, didn't you? Okay, shut it! Here is a vial containing fingerprints found at the scenes of your previous 2 murders.
I never murdered my husband.
Fingerprints, I'm sure the FBI will be able to match those found on the noose tied around Yvette's neck.
I want gloves.
Oh, gloves, you say? You mean these gloves? And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Bobby Body.
It's Robert.
Now, you didn't hate Yvette at all, did you?
What's it to you?
Illicit green card love affair is the icing on the cake of this FBI file. An FBI file on your whole Body family. Now, your butler, the real Wadsworth, has been feeding us information for months now. Talk about a real American.
He was British.
Oh, you know what I mean. I see now why you'd want to kill him. Twice. Your shot missed him in the study, but he wisely played dead. It wasn't until you caught him trying to escape that you bludgeoned him to death with the lead pipe I had found on my way back to the study.
I mean, really, who drops a murder weapon?
I didn't know it was a... The Body family hasn't wanted for organized crime for generations, and they've always eluded the law. Until now, tonight, this body business has come to a dead end.
You leave my family out of this. Oh, Larry, hold me, Larry. Oh, it's so dark. Oh. Second wind! Ah! My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie. Oh, yeah, no, there it is. There it is. I'm going. Yeah.
Stand back. He's dead.
Not yet! Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though.
Oh, wow. Well, that was one of the most exciting nights I've had in a long time. Officers! Here are the criminals you've been looking for, and you'll find recordings of their confessions in the billiard room.
All right, who done it?
It was her. It wasn't me.
It was her.
They all did! But, as for who killed Mr. Bobby Body here, it was me, Special Agent Larry Goodman in the hall with my gun.
Well done, Goodman.
And that's how it really is. Officers, take him away. I'm gonna go home and cook me and my wife a nice steak dinner.